So we're monitoring that. We're also monitoring the economic fallout of all of this. Remember, much of reopening the country is to reopen the economy as well. Anthony Hsieh, a Lowe Depot chairman and CEO, is with us right now. How do you think the process is going right now, Anthony?
Well, the uncertainty is starting to, calm a bit. Our organization successfully have transitioned 7,000 plus of our full-time employees into working remotely and working from their homes. And so far, we adapted fine, and we're still funding loans for Americans.
It's sort of like a catch-22, though, not across the board, Anthony, but rates have never been lower or close to this low. And yet not everyone could take advantage of them. Could you explain how that is?
Well, according to recent news, of course, you're aware as anybody, 1 out of, 5 Americans are currently not working. So that certainly propels the ability for someone to qualify or make a monthly payment. But at the same time, you're right. The interest rates are at all-time low. So on one end, things are going very well because cost of money is low and it's accessible, even with us, sheltering at home. But then again, the forbearance and the defaults of, some mortgages could be increasing in the future because of the economic development and the pressure that we're under in the economy.
I notice a lot of sellers who've been pulling their listings on the belief that they see the softness of the economy, the 1 out of 5 number you mentioned about people who, for the time being, don't have jobs or stand not to have them, at least in the near future. Maybe they're realizing, all right, I don't want to see it suffer the valuation of my property, so I'm taking it off the market. How pronounced a trend is that? Is it just an aberration? How do you see it?
Well, this is America. It's the greatest country on earth, and it's a tough country. We're resilient. This is, obviously something that we've never seen before. It's not. We really can't look back at a case study. However, I think if you look at it from a real estate perspective, I think any sellers that are on the market today is a real seller, and anyone that's a tire picker trying to see if they can get a certain price for their home is probably not going to go through the work and the challenges in this market to try to test that price. So from what we're seeing, surprisingly, real estate transactions are still very strong. So we would have anticipated that it would drop off fairly significantly, but so far it hasn't. It's still fairly strong out there.
Where is it strong right now? The reason I've spoken to realtors of late who said, many are looking cautiously at whether it's worth it to go into major urban metropolitan areas and are putting more interest on staying outside cities, driving up the demand for single-family homes and that sort of thing. Is that true?
Well, I think if you look at the supply and demand curve, Neil, the millennial generation, there is, incredible demand on housing. And I think, going through what we have in the last 9 weeks now, at least for me, sheltering at home, home has a new meaning for all of us. And this is where we exercise now, and we do a lot more things out of our house lately. So I think the plan to buy a home is still very much the American dream. Now, how that could be interrupted because of lack of income or lower income or unemployment, I think is anybody's guess. This is where all the talk about a V recovery or U or Nike swoosh, I think we're all sort of waiting and to see exactly where this is going, because what supports housing is income.
Yeah, I do like the Nike switch thing. Nike should patent that puppy and just run with it. But that's the latest estimation. That'll be a slow comeback in the economy. We shall see. Very, very good having you on all of this, Anthony. Be well, be safe. Your customers and your clients, all of that.